Boy, your life has changed a little since we first met you, haven't it?
It's been quite quickly.
How do you describe all this going on? Can you ever sit back and you have any time to reflect?
I mean, I have time to reflect, but I don't know how to. I don't have time to look up the words big enough to tell you what it's been like. So it's been quite a. Felt like 5 years packed into a year and a half.
But it has. Educational?
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned not just about kind of the business, because I never thought I was going to do this, so I didn't know anything about it at all. The music industry, and I've learned about that, and I've learned about me, a lot more than and I've learned about dealing with people and different types of people. I grew up in the South, where everybody's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's nice. You can trust everybody. And
yeah, that's not the people you've been running around with.
It's a different crowd of people in LA and in New York and just in this industry in general. So and I've been very fortunate, I think, to work with a lot of people who get me and who I get, and we've worked well together. But you have to slow down. You can't just work. You can't deal with people the same way in this field as you can back at home when you're teaching elementary school. So
at times, though, it's probably been like being in the middle of a tornado, hasn't it?
It has.
Because you probably had no control over a lot of the things that were going on. You were just trying to make it to the next event.
Well, or I'm just trying to keep awake would be part of it, because I joke and say I don't sleep anymore. I just plug in every night. So it's been that's what it's been like. I took vacation last week. And on vacation, my vacation consisted of 3 days in the studio recording, a day doing a photo shoot with People Magazine, and then doing Regis and Kelly also live from Raleigh. So I thought, now if that's vacation, I mean, I don't want to do vacation anymore.
They say The Apprentice is really exhausting. Those guys on there just almost die because they're just running the whole time. They're pretty much running you the whole time with American Idol too, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're not like sitting around waiting to do the next thing. They're working you.
You stay pretty busy. There's a lot of sit around. There's a lot of hurry up and wait with the whole thing. But every day's packed, and you have very little. Everyone lives together. The producers drag you around and take you here, take you there, take you everywhere, and you have what's different, I guess, than The Apprentice is you're very sequestered. You're very cloistered from the rest of the public, and you don't see anybody else. You go to the Idol house, you go to the studio, back to the Idol house, and so it's kind of a culture shock when you hop out of that house at the end of the show and they let you go and you go back home, and millions of people have been watching you.
Yeah, that must have been strange for you.
I'm sorry, is something burning?
Something is burning, but that's strange. Okay. Yeah, it's like a match or something. Anyway, well, they'll let us know.
Yeah,
When you first got back home, though, from all this, I mean, you weren't the regular old Clay anymore. I mean, people probably saw you as a different person, even though not that much had changed.
I think that I like to think I'm the same folk, but it's different. People who didn't used to talk to me are now all about it. I went to the gas station. I was at home in Raleigh this week. Went to the gas station, and some lady was waving at me, and I thought, is she waving at me? Oh yeah, she is. That's right. People wave at me now.
Yeah. So where do you want this to go? I mean, where are you headed?
I don't really know, and I don't really.
You going to do all that, the whole entertainment thing, or are you strictly going to focus on?
I don't know. I kind of allow. I like to allow. I don't like to plan things out for myself. I don't think that's my job. I think that's God's position to allow opportunities to come to me, and everything that's happened to me this year has been because I've allowed Him to do it. I loved doing this project, and it's not something that I would have gotten to do if I had gone out searching for things. I don't think, because I wouldn't have been looking in the right place. I would have been looking in the wrong place, and I think that it's much easier for me to sit back and let God bring things that He thinks are right for me, and opportunities that I want to do.
When that spotlight's shining in your face, though, in front of all those people screaming at you, is that one of the best times of the day for you?
Sometimes. I mean, it's a lot of that's quite a bit of acceptance. When you have all those people screaming at you. But it's not necessarily having people scream your name and cheer for you is not necessarily something that I live for. I kind of like the opportunity that it affords me to do other things, whether it be something like this or whether it be bringing attention to something that's important to me. It gives me an opportunity to do things that I wouldn't have gotten the chance to do before. So I do enjoy that, and I like the fact that I think it's a big responsibility. I think it's a weighty responsibility to be in this spot and to make sure that you present only something that you can be proud of, and that other people who are around you can be proud of, and that that you. I think people who are celebrities have a responsibility. They can be a role model, or they can do it for themselves.
Well, you haven't gone insane or anything. We haven't seen
Oh,
you
I
run
might
off to
have,
Vegas
yeah.
that we know of or anything like that. So
I
you've
am a
done-
little insane.
Well, that's part of the business, but you've done a good job. So, everybody's proud of you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. He hadn't gone completely nuts.